Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life, and this is my review of the Barenaked powerlifting bar from Bells of Steel. I've been training twice a week with this bar since I got it last May after Home Gym Con 2023, and I'll tell you what makes me still love this bar right after we check out the shirt of the day. The shirt of the day is the Unkillable t-shirt. This shirt says, every day, stronger, faster, harder to kill. It's got a lot of personal significance for me because I've gone through so many things where it would have just been easier to just lay on the couch and give up. But as I am 50 years old now, I have decided that I'm not gonna go quietly. So if you're not gonna go quietly, if you're committed to being better today than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you were today, this shirt is for you. It's comfortable to wear during a workout and it's stylish enough to wear out to spread your message that you are not going without a fight. You can grab it in our merch store, so just click that link right there below this video. Go check it out. Okay, that's the shirt of the day. Make sure you tag me on Instagram at Garage Gym Life if you grab anything from the Garage Gym Life merch store so I can give you a feature shout out to say thank you for your support. Now don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so to help me get to my goal of 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Now that's all out of the way. Let's talk about the Bells of Steel Barenaked powerlifting bar. So I just finished a squat workout with the bar and I absolutely love how this bar feels on my back. The center knurl is perfect for helping me get centered, and the knurling by the rings is perfect for letting me really establish a connection with the bar. It's not super aggressive, but I'm not a huge fan of ridiculously aggressive knurling anyway, not even for deadlifts, to be honest with you, because the stronger your grip, the less knurling you need to be able to express your strength. But not enough knurling won't allow you to activate your nervous system to train optimally either. And to me, this bar has the appropriate amount of knurling without being ridiculous. One thing I kept an eye on was how the humidity here in North Georgia affected the bar, since it is a bare steel product, meaning there's no Cerakote or zinc oxide protecting the bar from rust. Now, granted, I'm not super concerned with the appearance of my barbells as long as they perform well. In fact, nothing here in my gym is here specifically to stay pretty. That's my job. Everything I own is here specifically to help me continue to live a healthy lifestyle, build strength and muscle, and hold on to that strength and muscle for as long as possible as I continue my journey into my hundreds. And I'm halfway there at 50, so everything seems to be working out fine so far. And if my equipment gets dinged up in the process of training for those goals, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. But that being said, I know a lot of you guys are hyper-focused on keeping your bars in pristine condition. So it was something that I wanted to pay attention to because this channel is not so much about me, it's less about me and more about you. So let's talk about rust, dings, and scrapes. First of all, the bar looks great after using it in my garage for 5 months with zero maintenance. It did arrive at my door with a small imperfection of knurling near one of the clean rings, and I've kept an eye on it because it's right where my ring finger sits when I'm bench pressing, but it hasn't spread or caused a distraction when I bench, so as long as it continues to not affect my grip on bench press, I don't plan on worrying about it. All right, so I know you guys want to know the specs and load rating, so for that, let's listen to part of the conversation I had with Andrew from Bells of Steel about this bar at Home Gym Con 2023.
We'll go real quick here. It is a bare steel, so no finish on the bar itself, but we did chrome on the sleeves, so that way we're not having any rust issues. This is a 45-pound bar, aggressive knurling is what we like to say. 1,500 pound rate capacity. This is a straight SBD bar. If you like to squat, bench, deadlift, and you like to get your hands tore up, this is the bar for you.
One thing that Andrew didn't mention is that the Barenaked powerlifting bar is IPF spec. But I have to add that although it is IPF spec, I'm not aware of any federations that specifically use this bar on the platform. So that's another thing to consider if you're concerned about training with exactly what you're going to use on game day. Talk about the sleeves. The rib sleeves seem to help keep the plates from sliding as much, and that is a time saver during warm-up sets, so I don't have to keep sliding collars on and off. Now, that only applies when you don't have a lot of plates on the bar. As you can see from this double at 405, the plate slid quite a bit as I walked out the weight. And now you might say it's a good thing that the plate slid because it makes each set more difficult. And that's true, yes. But unless you can make the plate slide the exact same amount every set, every rep of every workout in the training cycle, it'll be difficult to measure your progress because you would have just introduced a variable that you can't track. So to me, you should just use collars on your work sets unless you're focusing primarily on bodybuilding in your training. Andrew mentioned that the sleeves are chrome, which should protect them against damage. And since I do use vertical bar storage, I've continued to check my sleeves, and so far I don't see any areas where any scraped spots are starting to show signs of rust from going into and out of the vertical storage rack. Now, again, I haven't taken this bar apart or done any maintenance of any kind, and I still don't notice any negative effects on performance. But I also have to point out that I don't deadlift with this bar, so I might notice some degradation of performance in the sleeve spin if I decide to do a cycle of stiff bar deadlifts, since I don't plan on doing a ton of maintenance to this bar ever. But we'll see when and if that happens. Now, the end caps, they still look great. They're a little scratched up, but I care less about that than I do about the sleeves being scraped, which is to say I don't care at all about my end caps getting scratched. At the end of the day, I really like this bar and I enjoy training with it, which is ultimately what matters most, not how it looks in storage or hanging on your gym wall for the Instagrams. So if you're looking for a quality power bar at a reasonable price point and you don't care about matching exactly what a particular federation uses on the platform, then I highly recommend you consider the Barenaked powerlifting barbell from Bells of Steel. If you have any questions about this bar that you want me to answer, please drop me a comment and I'll either respond with a comment back to you, or I'll shoot a YouTube Shorts video where I'll mention you and your question and then respond to your question in that same video.